I think it's a cherished tradition for parents who have children who compete in youth sports to inevitably at some point in their parental career get involved in some sort of an altercation during one of their children's said sports matches. Now, when it comes to parents getting involved in these altercations, you'll find that mostly it is a father who is inflicting his wrath upon whoever is around, whether that be the referee or a coach or a player on the opposite team or even a fan on the opposite team, like another dad talking shit. But that is just what happens at some sporting events involving these children. And why it's happening at all is just strange to me, because these kids are playing recreational basketball or something the like, along the lines of something like a middle school basketball game. Now, most of those are very competitive, but are nowhere near the level where you need to talk shit to anybody at any point for any reason at all. So the fact that what I have for you today is so spectacular because, one, there are no fathers involved. These are two straight mothers absolutely going to war with one another for their children for whatever reason, but these two go absolutely wild.
Video obtained by the Staten Island Advance shows two moms at a 6th grade boys basketball game taking shots at each other. Catholic Youth Organization officials say the violence unfolded at St. Teresa St. Rita's Stream Academy during a game between the school and St. Clair's on December 20th.
So there you saw those two mothers absolutely throwing haymakers at one another, and like, this is an immediate thing. Like, there is no build-up, there is nothing but pure rage from these two. I don't know what could have possibly gotten them to this point where they absolutely need to throw Conor McGregor punches at each other, but this was wild. And the fact that it's at their children's basketball game is even worse, because these two are not setting the best example for their kids. What they're teaching their kids right now is because someone says some mean words to you, you have to go and beat them up. Now, usually that is how kids can interpret things, but I'm thinking that along the lines of how old they are, and as they get older, eventually that need for fighting will go away once they go into high school and become adults later in life. But that may not go away. You may have just taught your kids that it's okay to hit people and beat people up when they say some mean things to you. And I'm sorry to say this, but a lot of the people in life are going to say a lot of mean things to you. So this is probably not the best example to take from it right here.
Instead of being responsible adults, they let it go and let it rip. And I just thought, no, enough is enough.
In light of what happened, Staten Island Borough President Vito Fossella and the Catholic Youth Organization, which oversees parish-based sports, announced today new rules to ensure spectators are no longer acting out of bounds.
If you're thrown or removed from a gymnasium from a referee, you have a one-year ban. If it happens twice, lifetime. And if there's a fight or a physical altercation, it's a lifetime ban immediately.
Leaders say up until now, altercations at CYO games had been handled on a case-by-case basis. Not only have the Fighting Moms children been suspended for the rest of the basketball season,
two families got involved and their families have been banned from CYO.
According to CYO Code of Conduct, spectators are expected to remain seated during the games, not shout instruction or criticism to players or coaches, and not make derogatory comments. Parents and officials say they've noticed an uptick in spectator outbursts.
We hope this is a way to put the focus back where it belongs, on young children having a good time, learning a skill, learning a sport.
Officials say if someone is suspended from a CYO game, an immediate notification will go out to coordinators across the region so that they can track who's going to the games and keep everyone safe.
Obviously, hearing the end of that little news clip I've shared with you, these parents have been banned. But not only have they been banned, their children have been banned from the sport for the rest of the season. Now imagine that. Imagine the disappointment on their kids' faces and in their hearts when they have to say, oh, sorry, mommy and other mommy acted out really bad, so now they have to pay the price and not be able to play the game anymore. What kind of bullshit is that, dude? You're a horrible mom if you can't even control your emotions at your son's basketball game. Again, not a very serious situation here. They're not going to the NBA just yet. They're just lightly playing a game of basketball for their school. Like that's nothing that's going to lead you to the NBA just yet. So I don't understand why you'd even be even just talking in a hostile tone to anybody, because this is not a very serious situation. It's a game of basketball played on a Saturday for fun. So yeah, the fact that you got your two sons kicked out of the game indefinitely for the rest of the season is trash. You two are not good mothers to even be able to just control your emotions. It's not that difficult to control anger. It is not that hard, especially if it's at your son's basketball game. You are totally selfish. You two are totally selfish moms, letting your anger get the better of you and in turn harming your son's fun. And not only that, you're harming your own pocketbooks, because more than likely you had to pay to register them and pay for uniforms and whatnot. So not only are you harming their fun, but you're harming your own pocketbook. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Why would you do this at all? Like, I understand if an opposing fan is pissing you off, but I mean, you could always speak to them after the game or something. Like, you two were actually throwing punches at each other, dude. Real punches, an actual fight broke out here. And like, I heard from another news story that kids on the court were crying because they didn't understand what was going on, why you two were throwing punches at each other. Kids actually cried because of this. This is just out of control, and it's sad because these are children's games. It's not the NBA, it's not the MLB, it's not the NFL, it's nobody professional, okay? So there's no need to heckle, there's no need to get angry, there's no need to do anything, okay? You are playing a sport for fun. Let it stay for fun. I can understand if you're a little bit peeved at the ref for making a bad call and some goofiness, but still, it is just a game. And I made a video 2 videos ago, I think, about some loser fans getting pissed because they lost. So yeah, I mean, there's no need to do this. It's unacceptable and it shouldn't ever happen again. And they are going to make sure it doesn't, because even if you get thrown out, you're banned for a year, dude. 1 full year. Do you understand how long that is in terms of like middle school? Because you're only there for 3 years. So that's a whole year of them not being able to play the game because your stupidness has been banned from attending or playing. So yeah, just do better in the future. You gotta control those emotions. I know it can be a little difficult sometimes, you know, someone says some stupid shit that really pisses you off, but you gotta do it, at least for your kids' sake. At least for their sake if you can't do it for yourself. Because they're the ones who are really getting punished here. Because they are now not going to be able to play the game that they want to play. That's all I've got for you today. I'm done yapping. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.